I'm playing this Roblox game called Conquer the World, World War II. I guess I'll start with a tutorial. There's World War I versions, modern day versions, not World War I, World War II versions, modern day versions, and a World War II version where that lets you conquer the world. You want to start with servers with 0 minutes, because if you start on a server with more than 0, it won't really be good. And I guess I'll start in Spain, which Spain, if you play Spain correctly, it's actually really good. There are also custom skins. I have... Sorry, my dad was checking if I was in here. But Spain has custom skins, which you can get. I'm going to unequip mine for now. So, I can show you the gameplay. So, there are multiple things that you can do. There are daily missions, which if you do enough days in a row, you can get skins. And do stuff like that. There's research, which costs money. There's focus tree with fascism, democracy, and communism. Fascism is better for attack, not as much as defense. Communism is a lot better for defense, and democracy is better for industry. And in democracy, because I just switched to it, you can it is easier to switch to fascist or communist. As you can see, it doesn't have as much attack, but it does have better industry with +7 and +5 for a total of +12. But for now, you normally start with like about 35k. You want to, depending if your country is a semi-major country like Italy or Spain, you should probably go tank only, or just mostly research tanks and then focus on infantry later. It's quite powerful because you normally get left alone until the end of the game, and in this game, not many people do anti-tank. There's also housing, like infrastructure and naval stuff. With healing, you want to do healing if you have extra money. And there's also Air Force, but that is only for a later game. Doing it early game you won't use it. Doing planes, you have to change your production stuff, and it will just strain your economy more, because if you aren't producing enough money, the amount that your troops cost will prevent you from being able to have a good economy. And then there's the naval stuff. To do naval stuff, you have to find a port that has ships. You hit this button to get the division that's on the port, and then you select the ship, exit port with fleet, and then by clicking around you can move it. I am personally just going to go tank only. And then the extra divisions you can use as port guards. And since it's early game, and the AI won't be doing very much why can't I don't know. This is the first video I'm making for this game, and I don't know if I don't know. This is just the first video. Okay. But to declare war on another country, you have to click them or go into the diplomacy menu and find them and justify. If they're the same have the same ideology as you, it takes 50. If they have a different ideology that you do not like, it takes 40. No, if they have a different ideology, but if it's your communist ideology, and to justify against fascism, it's only 30. But as democracy, it's 40 to justify some. But you want to kill Portugal to unite Iberia and get extra factories. To get more factories costs money to make more factories and also make more defense. Takes money, it costs money or political power to do a lot of things in this game. And a good thing to notice, and there's also in production, which is also really important. You don't. I have this new computer, so it's hard to click. I would be using a mouse, but I'm not making this. You know what? There. If you aren't producing enough equipment, then you won't. If you don't produce enough equipment, your divisions will run out of equipment and they won't be able to heal. That is really important because they use health to actually do stuff. And in this game, the AI will, and whenever it sees an opening, it will just go into the opening. But that means it will overextend itself and become really easy to encircle. And you can see its attack and defense. And when a skull appears above a division, that means it will die if another division attacks it. But as you can also see, this Portuguese division is just running around my country and not really doing anything to actually protect its own country. And another good thing to know is that you shouldn't just attack two divisions at the same time. You should stagger their attacks because it makes... And I didn't circle that division. Sometimes you want to make sure that the one division is kept under control that's running around your country, because to make sure it doesn't encircle your troops. But it took a while to do that, and now it's encircled. And once you take a capital, the entire country dies. That's why you always want to have a division on your capital. Some ships, as you see, can't have a division in them. Those ships are more built for attacking other ships to protect your country. Right now, I'm going to invade Italy. And I am also going to try to ally French. So I'm pretty sure. Nope, France is not playing. The AI is really bad in this game, but it's better than the troops not moving at all. And Poland has managed to kill Germany somehow. I don't know how this happened. How did this happen? The USSR is going to be very strong in this game because the Polish have yeah, sure. And now going to justify against Italy, which will take for 13 days. and I'm gonna get some consumer goods so I can get more money, which I've forgotten about my research again, which I do often for whatever reason. We'll also get troop healing. And justify against the British because they're not playing, and I'm just going to take Gibraltar. And Germany is losing to the Polish AI because there's no one actually playing Poland. This is unusual. Like, dude, but Spain personally is in a really good position because they can just have a troop here and a troop here. So if this troop division goes into this tile and attacks, say, Barcelona, this division can just attack them and stop the attack. Same way for here, that one tile. So if you're playing well, you pretty much can't die, Spain. I just made it so a bunch of tanks, so I could make a bunch of tanks because you have to purchase them for whatever reason. And it's also important to naval invade a capital, not a capital, a city, when you naval invade. Because if you don't, then your troops won't be able to heal. And I failed the naval invasion. Why does it want to go all the way around? I have no idea. But I'm hoping that just maybe the Italian AI will move this division into the tile, and it looks like it will. So I can naval invade their capital, more easily kill them, and just how I thought, Germany capitulated because of the USSR. And now I am going to go ahead and invade the French. No, wait. I might just fully invade the British. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna invade the British oh, thank you, USSR. By naval invading here and here to attack here and here, and since none of their troops, only one of their troop divisions is at their capital, it won't be very much. But now that it's late game and there are only 2 people playing, the game is practically over. But I want to kill the British and the French before I end this campaign. Well, so, and this tutorial. So I'm going to do that. It's kind of sad how not very many players were playing this round, well, in the server, but what are you gonna do? And how kind of sad how Germany died to Poland, didn't really do anything. But still, what are you gonna do? declare war on the British, and research the second level of tank. I think there are 2 of them in Finnish. And since the AI is very easily distracted by things, if I declared war on French, they would probably pull soldiers from here into Italy, and I would be able to naval invade them easily. Time to kill the British. Gotta do 1 attack. My dad interrupted again. And then another 1 attack, and then another. It makes the division lose health for longer, which is beneficial. Now going to start justifying against France. Not even gonna, and since they weren't playing the entire game, they shouldn't have very good divisions. So I'm just gonna let them not. So I'm not even gonna put that many divisions on the front line. Pretty much just gonna invade the capital. Oops. To kill them. Yeah. Well, you can't directly naval invade the capital. You can only do port bombardments on non-city tiles, and you have to have a battleship. And I don't think I have it, and I'm pretty sure I don't have a battleship. Yeah, I only have destroyers, warriors, and transport ships, no battleships. Declare war on France. And another thing about this game that I forgot to mention is creating armies, but and then you can select the colored army. Select a bunch of your troops that you want to have on the army, in the army group. You can set them on attack or defense, and then put them on the country you want to attack, like France. And now there's another tank on that tile, which I'm going to use to my advantage. And that division decided that it needed to run around in my country, but I don't really care. And I'm kind of just forcing them all to attack at the same time. But I know that I'm late enough in the game that it doesn't really matter what I do. But since this division is out of supply, even though it's a tank, it's going to move slower than this division with supply. Because that's just how the game works. And me and my allies have won because all the main major countries are dead, or not really in a state to put up a defense against us. So that's the end of that game and the end of this tutorial.